Hello, Noofs, and welcome to another wonderful series from IEM Katowice. This one is also from the round of 76. It's a PvP. I'll introduce the players real quick. In the bottom left, it's the Australian Protoss. His name is Probe. And in the top right, it's the French Protoss. His name is PtitDrogo, small Drogo.
So what's a Drogo?
Translation there. A Drogo is, I think, a Buddhist figure. But I'm not sure. I had a friend in middle and high school whose parents named their dog Drogo. And so I almost said, Drogo is a dog and he lives in Baltimore. But I decided against it.
And a small version of him plays professional Starcraft.
Yeah. Little Drogo plays professional Starcraft. Can we talk about the fact that Probe has named himself Probe? People should do what they do. And I'm glad that people do what they do generally, but I don't like when people name themselves after things in StarCraft.
Well, how do you know he's naming himself after probes in StarCraft? It could be a totally unrelated probe.
Yeah. Maybe he's just really into the FBI.
Yeah, exactly. He must be really happy nowadays.
Yeah.
Or the Australian FBI, whatever that's called. Or alien abductions.
Thank you for adding alien abductions, because I was about to jump headfirst into an Australian accent. Say FBI in Australian.
Probe's cybercore is like 2 seconds ahead of PtitDrogo's.
It is. That's a huge lead for Probe. Do you remember? Okay, so people who are watching this channel, besides us, don't know this, but Ben and I practiced on some series before we posted anything. And we did, who was it? Was it Hearthstone?
It was Showtime.
It was Showtime.
Yeah, against, I forget his name.
Rimpy.
Oh, is that right?
Rimpy is a Plat Protoss who was playing in the open bracket of
WCS Leipzig.
WSC event?
Yeah.
WCS Leipzig, yeah. And so he just got manhandled by Showtime, unsurprisingly, as I would as well. And but you could tell that he was not as good as Showtime immediately, because everything was like 10 seconds later from the very, very beginning.
Yep.
Which was funny.
Maybe once we have like 1 million subscribers, we should do a throwback cast of Showtime versus Remy.
I think we should. Ooh, pylon block is annoying.
That is annoying.
It looked like he definitely wanted to expand because he had those 2 sentries there.
Actually sends the stalkers out to chase the probe instead of killing the pylon as quickly as possible. So probe's able to get a quick expansion with his probe.
Yeah, he uses what is natural to him. Oh,
Yeah.
Come on, Stalker. Okay, thank you. Yeah, he uses his name cleverly to get.
PtitDrogo's up 10 supply right now.
Yeah, that's because he's been building things instead of.
He's also super supply blocked.
Yeah.
It still hasn't started a pylon. He should get around to that. This Nexus is a long way away, PtitDrogo. You'd really better get that pylon.
He started a shield battery before another pylon.
Okay, this is an interesting place to unsupply block yourself, but I guess that's how it's going to work. And we see Phoenixes coming out from Probe. Phoenixes are not really, well, they can be good, but PtitDrogo's not going for oracles or anything. They can be pretty good defensive. Oh, he actually finds this pylon too. I don't know what the pylon here was for. Maybe just for warpins, but no matter what, it's good that Probe found it. So this is looking pretty good for Probe right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a huge lead or anything. I wonder if PtitDrogo supply blocked and not. Okay, the pylon finished right as he became supply blocked. PtitDrogo didn't actually build any tech buildings until that pylon was found, so I almost wonder if he was hoping to warp in DTs or something down there. It would have been awfully late, but it's the kind of thing that can become very, very annoying pretty quickly.
Yeah, Probe does get the scout on the robo here, so he'll know basically exactly what's going on. So he should see that basically PtitDrogo built a bunch of gateway units, but has a pretty late tech here. And meanwhile, the Phoenixes are going to, I think, be pretty good for him in this position. I mean, there are some stalkers, but there's not blink or anything, and now he's building a depths. And so these Phoenixes can come in and get some probe kills, and certainly robo units are no good against them.
Yeah, I mean, so Probe cut probes, incidentally, really, really hard. I think probably to get the Phoenixes out quickly, but he's going to be running around the map with 5 Phoenixes, and he can start to even that up really, really quickly, and also keep PtitDrogo in his base. He's stopped Phoenix production, so it looks like 5 is the magic number for probe. I'm surprised that he's... Or is it 4? Can you check, Ben? I think it might be 4.
It is 4, yeah.
Yeah. It's so...
Well, no, there's no wall here. That's a mistake from probe, I would say. Going to be annoying
Yeah,
if he's adepts.
Absolutely. It also... It gives PtitDrogo... it lets him know that he's going to be really far ahead.
Can you shade out of a depth lift? Or a Phoenix lift? Yes, you can. Now we know.
I didn't want to answer because I didn't know, and that's the kind of thing that I really should know. But yeah, PtitDrogo is going to know that he's up. He's up upgrades. Probe has these Phoenixes that are active on the map, but he's not really ahead in any other way. You've got the charge started for PtitDrogo. You've got +1 pretty far ahead. He's going to, I guess, just go straight Zealot Archon because he's not building any Immortals at all, which is a little bit funky for this matchup. But
Yeah.
he'll have charge way earlier. Twilight Council just starting now for Probe.
Do you think that this could end up being bad for PtitDrogo if Probe's able to build up a big Immortal count, whereas he's not making any, or is it going to work out, decently because he's got Immortal Zealot Archon, which is pretty good against Immortals?
Yeah, well, I think also the reluctance to build Immortals is in part because the first 4 Immortals you build are just going to get lifted by the Phoenixes straight off.
Yeah.
And so it's almost like you don't actually make an Immortal until you have 5 Immortals.
Yeah.
Effectively, or at least you don't get an Immortal until you have 5 Immortals, so that's why he's skimped on them. PtitDrogo also should be noted is building a heck ton of gateways, and he's chrono boosting +2. Again, he knows that he's way ahead on that attack upgrade, so I almost wonder if he's planning to just move across the map and try out. And as I say that, he builds a 3rd earlier than Probe. This is a weird game.
Yeah.
PtitDrogo with his Nexus getting delayed, but then Probe also cutting workers really, really hard.
Yeah.
That he was actually down like 10 workers at one point for some reason.
So
that Immortal. Catch that Immortal. That Immortal.
Is that on an Observer rally point? Maybe?
Yeah, it must be. It must be.
Oh, but the Observer's over here. Oh, this Immortal. This is not where you want to be Immortal.
No.
This is not a hallucinated scouting Immortal. Where is it rallied to? Okay, it's rallied into the main and then the natural, so I think we can...
You know what, though? It might actually end up taking a pylon, because PtitDrogo's... Oh, no.
Oh, there's a tire.
PtitDrogo's going to go into the main. Oh, this is brutal. Did you have to use the force fields? I guess it probably saved the Stalker.
Yeah, that's not great. When you're spending all your resources on these Immortals, you don't want to just lose one. That's a 50% or reduction in his Immortal count. And we actually see PtitDrogo making some of those Immortals now. His +2 is close to finishing. He has a 3rd base way sooner. He has a bunch of gateways. He is slightly down on workers, I think, due to these Phoenixes, which have 0, 5, 4, and 4 kills. So it's a pretty fair number of kills on those.
Yeah, he's gotten 13 kills on those total, if my on-video math is all right. But yeah, he cut pros really, really hard. He got the 3rd base way, way later. Although PtitDrogo has completely cut production, basically, since he got that 3rd base. I think probably because it's another one of those placeholder nexuses that is there as a fallback in case he doesn't do critical damage. But what he actually really means to do is to power up on the, I think, 7 gateways that he has, and just walk across the map. He's even on Immortals. That is so annoying. That one Immortal would make a huge difference, and now you see them running around. Oh, PtitDrogo just has so many Zealots. This game's going to end right here, right now. PtitDrogo is up +2. Again, he knew that because the Probe didn't wall off at the mains. That's the only reason that the Adepts got to go in there and see that. PtitDrogo takes advantage and just crushes Probe to win game number 1. Man, that was pretty brutal. Even after the Nexus block, PtitDrogo managed to power up in the economy and win the game.
Yeah, so Probe did manage to get those Phoenixes out early on, which I thought looked pretty good. But as you pointed out, cutting those Probes meant that the Probe kills that Probe was able to get with his Phoenixes ended up more just balancing out the economy than giving him an advantage. And in the end fight, I think those Phoenixes ended up even just sitting above the army and not really doing anything.
Yeah.
They didn't even lift the one Immortal that PtitDrogo did have, so I think those really didn't pay off as much as they could have. And I don't know how much of that was, Probe mishandling them, and how much of that was PtitDrogo just defending well and such, or maybe Probe making mistakes with the Probe count. But I think that there was more potential for Probe there than he ended up realizing. And so I hope that he's able to, this game, maybe pull it back and at least get one game in on the series.
Yeah, it was odd. So a few things went wrong for him. I mean, he lost that Immortal
Oh
for
yeah, that was
nothing.
really bad.
He ended up getting caught out in kind of a weird position. He didn't wall off against the Adepts,
Hmm.
shading into his main, and so PtitDrogo got that full scout. And that all went wrong. But also, man, just didn't lift the one Immortal, which is pretty much the only utility of the Phoenixes in
Yeah,
that fight.
I mean, if you lifted an Immortal and 3 Stalkers or something, or 3 Zealots even,
Yeah.
I don't think that would have turned the tides, but you might as well at least try.
Yeah, you think so? I don't know. I mean, maybe he just saw the armies and realized that the game was over and kind of sat back and took a break.
Yeah.
You never know what kind of decision making goes into that.
Which college basketball team was that just decided not to foul at the end?
What are you? I have no idea.
Oh, you didn't watch that game?
No,
Okay.
I haven't watched ever since. My team got bounced.
Oh, okay.
I'm just waiting on that old FBI investigation. Speaking of probes,
Yep.
to just destroy all the blue blood programs so that my school can actually get a foothold in college basketball. So that's all that I have to say there. Quick note: PtitDrogo is going for double Adepts. Wow. Okay, so
Ooh,
oh, I should remember this. Ooh, that's fun.
that is fun. Gotta save
Yeah, I was
that
about to
gas going for the Adepts.
That was I was about to say that's why you save the gases to go for the Adepts. Or that's why you go for the Adepts is to save the gas. They also obviously you could just go Phoenix Adept or something if you wanted to drag this game out for a little longer. I don't remember last game very well, unfortunately. PtitDrogo doing the pylon black on probe. I think. Nope, never mind. Ignore me. I don't remember the last game very well, but I think that PtitDrogo went for 2 Stalkers and Probe went for a Stalker and a Sentry at the beginning.
Yeah, I think
might have them
that's
swapped.
or maybe the other way around, but yeah.
Ugh,
Okay, this
whatever.
this probe is scouting. Probe's probe is probing the map, looking for any proxies, but
Yep.
is so far unsuccessful. Doesn't go far enough into the corner, and so we do see this Oracle's going to come out, and there right now is absolutely nothing to defend it. These 2 Adepts coming
Ben,
in.
this is the same thing as that. Oh, so this is exactly
Oh.
the same build that we casted with Classic and Trap, where the idea is you run the Adepts in and force them to wall off in the main base so that their Stalkers can't get up and defend against the Oracle.
Uh-huh.
So he's basically just distracting the army, forcing that pylon to wall off. This Oracle is going to
He
fly
does
in
actually.
a
He does
second.
sniff something out and sends 2 Stalkers into the main.
Yeah, okay. He's getting paranoid. I think probably hiding those Adepts if there was a bit of a tell, because there's no other reason to do that.
Yeah.
He wasn't running the shades away or anything. But it still looks like a decent amount of damage. Just look at the worker lead.
Yeah.
7 worker lead for PtitDrogo already. Now, Probe's natural is finishing up in a second, so that'll help. And he's
Yeah.
way ahead of PtitDrogo there. But PtitDrogo is now up 6 workers, and he's also got a second Oracle coming in. And Probe, man, does he still just... Okay, he has the 4 Stalkers and the 2 sentries back home. He should be able to
There's a
defend,
shield
but-
battery here, and there aren't any probes at the natural, and he's even just rallied into the main. This is pretty smart. I like this. He's not gonna have probes sitting around in the natural to just die to oracles.
Yep.
He rallies them all into the main where he knows he can defend safely.
Yep.
And that's a really smart play. Oh,
Yeah, absolutely. One funny thing about this is that forcing him... So, Probe probably won't feel comfortable sending probes to the natural until he has a shield battery back there. So it's almost like you make this natural... Because they're going to get picked off by this Oracle in a second when they fly in, right?
yeah.
So it's almost like you make this natural cost
these
600
sentries-
minerals.
Those are not gonna have a good time.
No! Get it? Okay.
Oh, that's
Uh,
not the right thing to attack with the oracle. Don't want to
Oh,
kill your
man.
opponent's destructible rocks with your oracles, but this now has 30 less hit points than it used to.
No. Anyways, yeah, it's you make that Nexus almost effectively costs 600 minerals because you force the shield batteries, or you just take 3 or 4 probes that are down there because they stubbornly don't build the shield battery,
Yeah.
and that's okay too.
So we see this blink coming out from Probe. So do you think maybe he's scared that there's going to be Phoenixes coming out from PtitDrogo, and that's why he's getting this before the charge? Or do you think he just actually has been planning to go for Blink Stalker build?
I'm pretty confident he wasn't planning on it because it's awfully late
Yeah.
to get Blink Stalkers at this point. I think that it might honestly just be a screw this, screw these Oracles things, because you would have seen the Phoenixes. Either
Oh, these Oracles are not
PtitDrogo
having a
is
good time.
pooling them up. Oh god, rip.
Oh, the Sentry getting a kill. You don't
Yeah,
see that
that's
too
huge.
often.
That's a kill steal right there, my
Yeah.
friend. That support is taking all the gold.
Yeah.
Also, he's bringing in 2 adepts to the
Yeah.
natural at the same time, and he's gonna get some. Well, maybe not.
No wall in the main.
Oh God! Again, probe. Tough. I mean, it's kind of a Sophie's choice situation where you don't want to wall off there because you don't know where the oracles are,
Yeah,
and they'll just fly in and do everything again. PtitDrogo's got him totally pinned.
Oh,
It looks like a desperation
here.
blink, by the way. Oh God. I'm gonna try this on ladder tonight. This is awesome. I like this. I don't have the APM to handle it, but man, this is a cool build. Man, he's just
So
getting so
4
many
probes went down to those, and there's been, what, like 15 or so probes have died to oracles. A stasis ward coming down, that's fun. He knows that probe's going to try for a big attack here, and if he can catch units in the stasis ward, then that can really delay it. Because meanwhile, he's getting immortals out, which are really good against blink stalkers. But if the stalkers go around a different way, or if they blink around, so they're going to go down to the south, so they should be able to avoid the stasis ward. So how many immortals? Let's see. We have 2 immortals right now, and 2 shield batteries, and 2 more shield batteries in production. So this is not looking very promising. Is there even a warp prism? There's not even a warp prism, or a pylon. So this isn't getting anywhere.
No, I think this is PtitDrogo realizing that he loses this game if he loses to this push, and if he doesn't lose to this push, he's in really, really good shape.
Oh.
Looks like, oh man, a
Got
robo
another
bait
kill.
going down for probe, so he's gonna try to disrupt this game out, but man, that is, that's tough. He has evened out the worker count. Unfortunately for him, it looks like he hasn't even built a forge yet. He's building a 3rd in that pocket expansion, which is not actually really where you want that 3rd, but if you're trying to stabilize or trying to make up a deficit, maybe it makes some sense.
It looks like PtitDrogo is going to grab a 3rd at his actual 3rd.
Yeah.
Which will, if the game goes on and the probe counts get a little higher, that will give him a nice little advantage with the 4 more mineral patches. So that could end up being big. Okay, these stalkers are a little bit cornered. Oh, they almost blinked into that stasis trap. That would have been really bad.
Yeah, that might have just been the end of the game.
Looks like they should, although they're just sitting there. They're going to get cornered now.
Yeah, they're totally trapped. They're oh man, rock and hard place.
Yeah. Oh, he's going to recall, but he's going to lose quite a few stalkers before that goes down. Looks like he lost 4 of them.
Oh man. Yep, lost 4 of them. That's tragic.
There are 2 disruptors out and 2 more in production. So he's going to have a lot of disruptors.
2 disruptors and not a super mobile army.
You know what I'd
for
like to see from
PtitDrogo?
PtitDrogo? I'd like to see some phoenixes.
What?
To counter those disruptors.
Yeah, it's one of those things where you probably just forget that the Stargate exists.
Yeah,
At this point.
6 high
Also,
Templar in production.
oh man. So charge is finished for him, right? And +1?
Yes, I believe so.
Okay. So he definitely has a stronger army. No real question about it.
But
He's
if these
20
disruptor
armor
hits
supply.
go and just kill, everything immediately. Okay, we see actually a double immortal drop, maybe coming into the main here. There are blink stalkers though, and it's risky to do that kind of thing against blink stalkers.
Ben, is that Nartosis pylon in Probe's main?
Yes.
Brutal. Okay, well, he's going to defend this, but that is something to watch
Oh, those are some
in the
pretty
future.
decent
Oh.
hits. Oh, wow.
Oh my
Those are some
god!
really good
Those are
disruptor hits.
huge hits!
Wow.
Whoa, the army supply is evened up immediately, but this is the tricky
that
thing.
pylon.
And look at that Artosis pylon, my friend. It is down. And there goes the disruptor hits.
those
Oh my god,
disruptors.
the army walking in disruptors first is never what you want to see. This blink is going to be nice. He's going to catch both these immortals, probably. Although he actually doesn't have enough stalkers to chase
nice
down the...
disruptor hit. Almost lost
Yikes.
a bunch more disruptors.
Yeah,
That disruptor up to the
PtitDrogo-
north is in a rough spot. There's only
PtitDrogo could have
disruptors.
microed that better. It doesn't matter though. Yeah, there's oh man, this natural's getting hammered. It looks like PtitDrogo's about to take this series 2-0. He's up 10 workers. Probe isn't actually building anything at all. This 3rd base is totally unsaturated well for PtitDrogo. I'm sure that he's sending probes over there. Man, he's about to lose another disruptor. He's about to lose a bunch of probes.
Yeah.
I would be expecting a GG from Probe any second now. PtitDrogo's just pulled him apart this whole game.
Yep.
Even just starting with the oracles and the little adept trick that didn't totally pan out, but then he kept up the harassment with the oracle, and he kept up the adept shenanigans that actually ended up buying him some probe kills.
Those probes just
Gotta-
killed an Archon.
I know, you gotta love to see that. Maybe
Yeah.
PtitDrogo should change his name to Archon. You can.
Yeah, these
you can win
disruptor
that fight.
hits have been, some of them have been really great, especially that first wave was really
Yep.
good. And for a moment I thought that might have been enough for him to hold on. But it turns out these constant waves of zealots and the multi-pronged harassment has just been too much, and PtitDrogo will take the series.
Yep, PtitDrogo takes the series 2-0. That's the end of the video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Like if you liked the video. I think maybe you should also subscribe. Ben, do you agree? If you liked the video. Ben agrees.
Even if you don't like the video.
Even if you don't like the video, please subscribe. It warms our cold hearts. And comment. Only comment if you dislike the video on this one, please. Thank you so much for watching, and have a good day.